Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is Fabulous Friday. It's January 29th. I'm excited to be here with you today. Our quote of the day is a quote by Jim Rohn. Either you run the day or the day runs you. We have our dates for our Renatus National Conference. It's coming up in March. It's going to be 3 full days of fantastic training. It's going to be online this year. Last year was our first year with our conference being online. And I was very surprised with how great they did with being able to just keep everybody engaged for 3 full days of online training. They did a fantastic job. So I'm looking forward to it this year. You definitely want to be present for these 3 days of training. A lot of important new announcements will be made around the business, some great training, some keynote speakers, so definitely be there. The tickets are available, so get your tickets and we'll see you at Nationals. We are going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico this year, August 13th through the 17th. Every year we go to our leaders retreat with the exception of 2020. Really excited to see you all in Mexico this year. Every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, we have our Founders Live. That is through Facebook, through the Facebook page, the Founders Live Facebook page. And there are 3 kinds of people in the world: the people who make it happen, people who watch what happens, and the people who wonder what happened. So don't be wondering what happens. Tune into the Founders Live. It's our chance to connect with our CEO, Bob Snyder, on a weekly basis and hear what's going on with the company. We get to hear some recognition, who's out there killing it, as well as some great training. So again, make sure you're present for the Founders Live on Mondays at 4 p.m. And then we have our new national study groups that started a couple of weeks back. We're starting with the Essentials study group, and these are Monday nights at 7 p.m. There is a new app available, the Renatus Helios app, and you are the Money Matrix videos that we watch in the morning. Money Mastery, Money Matrix, it's the same thing, and I think they're just updating the name to Money Mastery. Those videos are in your Helios app, and you can share those with your guests. So that's a really cool feature. There's a lot of other cool features with the app. If you're happy with it, make sure to give it 5 stars and know how to locate your access code. And for more details on the app and how you can use it and benefit from it, tune into the Founders Live. Every week on Thursday at 6 p.m., we have a private capital masterclass where we talk all about private capital and how to take action with some of the classes that we have. We also have our dream call every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:45. It's the daily real estate action mastermind. It's been a lot of fun talking all about real estate deals, what people are working on. And then Fabulous Friday morning, here we are. And then we have our Zoom up call Monday through Friday at noon with Scott Rowe and Michael Huggins, where we get to learn a different story from a different student each day of the week. So I think there are over 50 now. And there's a playlist. What I like about these calls is that they are short and sweet. They're only about 15 to 20 minutes long. I mentioned the playlist. You can visit our YouTube channel, which is Elevate Renatus, and you can catch the full playlist of all of these videos and send that playlist out to your guests. So it's been a really, really cool way to just learn about all the success people are reaching in their businesses. Oh Yes, OES talks about the optional event subscription, what that is and why you should be a part of that. Being a part of the OES, you get to access a lot of these additional study groups that we've provided, as well as it just helps our leadership run our online systems. So check out that website to sign up for the OES, as well as to watch a short video with more details on what comes with the OES. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m., we have our Profits Intro by Bob Tierney. So if you are looking to introduce your students to our Profits education, this is a great way to do so. Just search the calendar for Profits. You'll find that on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Let's see, it's Friday. So this week we had a really cool property tour on Wednesday. Mike Word had a really cool tour where we went through his short-term rental that he has. And this is a property that he does not own. He is leasing it and then doing a sublease to rent it out to people on Airbnb and lots of other platforms for short-term rental. So he only had $15,000 put into it to furnish it. And then that was none of his own capital. So he's partnered with somebody on that. His monthly lease that he has to pay is $1,450. The running cost is $550. And then as a short-term rental, he's able to earn $2,800 a month from that. So his monthly net cash flow is $800. Congratulations, Mike. And thank you for letting us tour your property this week. Every Wednesday, As I just mentioned, the property tours, every Wednesday, we have our property tour at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Really, really great exposure for your guests. Alongside that, we have our AIT bonus track study group that's offered in Spanish. Every Thursday, we've got all kinds of event to choose from. Last night was a lot of fun with our Pillars of Wealth intro presentation. Bill Predabon has been for the last 2 weeks, and then a few weeks going forward will be our presenter, and he's done a great job. And then we do the house tour, but it's offered in Spanish. And we also have our follow-up and funding webinar. We have our onboarding session, an essentials study group, as well as multifamily, wholesaling, and short-term rental. You can catch these recordings on the Facebook page. That's the best place to find them, or on Facebook Live through Renata's Team Elevate. So definitely make sure you're a part of that page if you're not already. There's a lot of very important announcements on the page. So tune into that page for those announcements from Michael Huggins and other leaders, as well as for these recordings and to network with other students. And then our YouTube channel is Elevate Renata, so you can catch these recordings there, as well as the Zoom up calls that I mentioned a moment ago. Today, we get to learn from the fantastic Lily Puertas. I'm so grateful that Lily spends an hour with us every morning on Friday to share with us what's been working for her and her business, as well as to help us move along in our businesses. She worked for Rich Dad Poor Dad as a Spanish coach for many years in Latin countries and became a real estate agent in 2006, where she has helped hundreds of families find homes. She's from Peru and has been in Salt Lake City, Utah since 1996. Her dreams of financial freedom have haunted her for years, and thanks to the Renatus education and our program, she took action and she made things happen, and now all of her basic needs are covered by rental real estate. She has officially exited the rat race, so that's incredibly inspiring. And now what Lily is focusing on is having enough passive income to cover her luxuries as well. She's also a key leader on the marketing side of the business, and we're very fortunate again to get to learn from Lily. So make sure to take notes. Good morning, Lily. How are you? There you go.
Good morning. Yes. How are you, everyone? Hope you're doing great in this fantastic Friday. What a beautiful day out there. And yeah, how you guys are doing? Hey, 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 what a day today. Well, I would like to share with you some of the things that I learned through the last past days. One of my goals for this year is attend to seminars where I can develop myself, get the best potential of me. So I'm working on those. I attended. Well, this kind of was 5 days with Tony Robbins, and I already went to one to it's called Unleash the Power Within. But I think I'm gonna attend the meeting again, but I'm still looking for one. It's called Date with Destiny. So I just want to grow inside, and I went to, as I said, to get the best potential of me, and I want that for you as well. Hopefully, you can also, part of your goals is this: how can I grow? I can learn from? There are a lot of nice and inspiring gurus out there that you can choose from, and yeah, think of your self development. Well, one thing I want to also mention is I finally done my vision board correctly, because it was not the one that I wanted. So I got it correctly now. So I had it in front of me, my vision board. And the vision board is so important, so important. Because remember that I told you before, when you just go about your affirmations, also how you can see it. Because I mean, you're going to just speak it, you're going to feel it, you're going to see it. So that's the part that we need to connect our senses towards our goal. So I encourage you, if you haven't done your vision board yet, please do it. And you are always allowed to change it. The you can change it because you think, oh, I don't need this goal anymore. I think I grow. I want to change my goal. Fantastic, change it, but visualize it. Okay, so it's one of my first advice for today. I know today we have there's an ATM class, and I think there's classes in the corporate. So I'll go until 9:45. I mean, excuse me, 8:45, not 9:45, 8:45 my time. Anyway, so with that said, last time we talked about how we got stuck to our stories. Remember? So we were talking about how the story that we have can change our life. So if we change our story, so what's your story? What is your story that you say anytime you don't succeed, anytime you fail, anytime you succeed as well? So, what's your story? Most likely, people tend to use the stories to justify why we cannot do stuff, right? So that justifies our mind, like, ah, yeah, that's right. That's what I'm like this. That's what I'm not able to do this. And that story is so powerful, and you believe it, and you feel it's real. So if we know that stories are real, why why cannot change my story and put a different story about me? You know, and that's sometimes the story attaches to again to justify our results, whatever your result is, whatever your result is, we justify with the story, with our stories. And the people don't answer, they you know, they are busy, they are having, they don't have jobs right now, the economy is bad, that's what, you know, all of the things you want to say to justify your results will be, I mean, will be your reality. Yeah, so that again, change our story. Let's change our story. But to change our story, we have to be a peak state. Like, you know, we have to be in this nice energy, this powerful energy. I mean, to change our story. I cannot change my story if I'm like, yeah, what can I do to change my state? If it works for you, do 5 minutes of exercise. I jump in at something where you just see that your heart is beating fast. At that point, when your physiology changes, your mind is willing also to be open to changes, right? So, and again, I'm saying like just jump like crazy. People is try to find this blood running through your whole body, where you just feel excited and start thinking about the possibilities that you can do. What is the best potential of you? You're not competing with anyone. Don't compare with this person or the other person. And then when you compare with other people, you feel like you're not going anywhere. Compare with the best potential, the best version of yourself. So what are you and what you could be? So put that in your mind. What am I right now? What could I be? You know, I mean, think about how you can develop, how you can grow. Okay. So as I said, you change your story, you change your life. So shape your emotions. Shape your emotions. No, some people may say, Lily, I've been working and calling people and talking to people and nothing happens. You know, I don't enroll anyone. I mean, no one is following me. So basically, have you ever thought that perhaps you have programmed yourself to poverty? Have you have programmed yourself for poverty? Like there's something in your mind that doesn't let you go beyond, you know? Perhaps have you asked yourself that? And maybe you don't even know. Um, Tony Robbins says that 80% is psychology and 20% is mechanicals, the how you do it, the how you do this the stuff, how you do the things. But 80% is your psychology, is in here. If I don't break that pattern or that wire system about who I can become or where's my potential, I always want to find excuses. Well, not that you wanted to find excuses. It's like your conscious mind is wired to not succeeding, is wired to accept not enough results, is wired to accept poverty because maybe that's what you've been again, maybe how you've been wired. Hello. So what I'm trying to say is this: how we can break that. I mean, someone wants to talk, or okay, well, maybe I hear that. Okay, sorry guys. So remember that 80% is your psychology, 20% is how to, how am I do it? Okay, so then if I'm gonna make phone calls and want to contact people, what is my attitude? What is my attitude? If I have fear, "Ah, they're gonna say no, they're gonna reject me, then or perhaps that's what you're going to get. What about if you just have a different mindset? You know, how about if you go on a different with a different perspective when you call people, when you talk to people? I'll tell you in a second. So as I said, belief systems plays a great part of our success, belief systems, because and there's unconscious barriers that we don't know they exist, but they do. They do. I think I mentioned to you in the past how so for so long I had these unconscious barriers in me, um, that they were so strong that really paralyzed me to keep going and to move forward. And I still have some that I'm working on. That's why I need to attend those seminars where I can develop myself, where I can grow myself. And I invite you to do the same. So then, what is that? The thoughts outside, negative thoughts mm, towards money, doesn't let us grow. For instance, say you can say, you know what, I don't want to have money. So in a way to excuse yourself why you don't have it, you say, you know what, money is evil, or money makes you be a bad person. No, 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 no. Money only makes the person that you already are, you know. So it may take the person that, the compassionate person, or the person, I mean, again, just only takes the feelings that you already have. So money does not change you. Okay, it can make a lot of good things on your behalf or for someone else, you know. You can help other people if that's what makes you feel comfortable. It can make you give you a great life. It can give you time. It can fulfill your dreams, you know. So then money is a tool right now. Again, we're not working towards money, we're working towards our goal. What is our goal? And in the meantime, the money will accommodate. What is our goal? And so if you have our goals very defined, then it will be easy to work the path, or to walk the path, if we already know. And also remember on your goals, what is your why? Why do I wanna? Why do I want to have, like, I don't know, passive income of this amount of money? Why do I have properties? Why do I want to have money? Why? Define your why, and your why is the same why that you say every morning about your goals. Is what you have in your vision board. And when you connect all of these things, when you put a feeling on those goals, you will be unstoppable. Am I saying that you won't have rejection? Am I saying that you won't have ups and downs? No, you will, but you will see it in a different way. You will see it like, okay, that's fine. These people may not want to know about education. That's fine. It won't hurt me, you know? Because there's more people out there that you can still talk to. But also you have to define, okay, how much money I want to get in Renato's marketing. Let's say I want to sell, I don't know, 5 combos a year, 10 combos a year, something. I don't know, what is your goal. And then, but if it's only the money thing, let me give you a secret or a tip that I learned on this past days that maybe will improve your sales along with your money goals. Okay, so perhaps we need to grow emotionally, and we have to add more value to our services that we provide. We have to add more value and make more for others. If you think, I'm going to talk to this person because if I sell it, I'm going to make 10K. Well, that's going to be a reality if you sell, but with that thought, with that intention, it may not work, you know. But if you think, you know what, I'm going to talk to this person and I want to change her life. I'm going to just tell her that I'm going to talk to her and say, hey, Linda, whoever, I have something that can, literally can change your life. Have you ever thought that you can pay your debts in a fraction of time? Do you know that there's a possibility that you can certainly pay less in taxes and make more money? Have you ever thought that you can certainly retire in real estate? And people say, like, what? When they feel that you are talking to them because you want the best for them, that you want something for them, will be a different story. They don't feel like you are selling to them, and because you are not. When you put this feeling of wellness for them, I want them to succeed. I want them to be different. I want them to be financially free, right? And how you're gonna just fulfill or grow these feelings grab testimonies from everyone in Renatos that has made it. You know, I know this guy is financially free or has enough passive income. I want the same for my friend that is working so hard and she's so tired and she's getting sick. She doesn't have the time for her kids or for her family. She has not fulfilled her dreams. What if I give you this option to this person? This can change her life, you know. And the person, I promise you, people feels your honesty. And if that happened, a consequence, a result of your true intention will be a 10K for your pocket or 2K or 4K, whatever is your commission, you know. But again, your commission will be behind your sincere intentions of changing people's lives, right? So are more value. We yesterday or the day before, well, it was yesterday. Bob Snyder said that we have a hidden treasure. But yes, we do. We do have a hidden treasure. Less people know what we have, but again, let's remove our commission breath out of the conversation. And if the people say no, that's fine. Maybe they're not ready right now. It's not their time. But then, if you have a good system, you will start following up on this person with the true intentions, right? Well, be on the commission breath or thinking about how much money we're gonna make. It's natural. I understand. I go through that few times as well. I'm trying to correct myself. Let me tell you a story that I went through a few days ago. This person I contacted this person in October or September. And she told me, I'm busy right now, but then by December, I will have no schooling and I have the money, she said, and I'll consider more about real estate. Oh, fantastic. Then since I'm a good follow-up person, I've been just checking and checking. It's December. I'm gonna call her again because I contacted her in January and I said, hey, have you been thinking about investing in real estate? She said, yes, I want to invest in real estate. I have the money. And I said, okay, well, let's meet at one of my properties so I can show you how some of the strategies are done. So I took the time. We set up an appointment for an hour. We went there, and my property is kind of far away from where I live. Well, not far, maybe 45 minutes. Anyway, so we went there, we talked and explained, and she said, well, what exactly you want me to, you are expecting from me? I said, well, I want you to invest in your education, and then perhaps you can make more money out of this. And she said, Lily, I have the money, but I don't want to invest in my education. I want to invest the money so I can make money. That's what I want to do. And at one point, I was like, oh gosh, if I would have asked this question an hour ago, maybe we wouldn't have this conversation here. So I understood that she doesn't want to, she didn't understand the value of her education yet because she said, oh, I've been investing so much money in my um, uh, bachelor and my um, degrees and stuff like that. And master education. So I'm so sick of paying for education. I tried to explain, how this education is different, but I got to the point, you know what, like, let me think about her for a moment, not about me. Let me think about her. And I said, I understand you, how you're feeling. And maybe right now is not a good time for you to invest in this education. I totally understand. And it says, what do you want me to do to help you? And she, after we just talking about her and her, because I changed my focus. It's not gonna about me. My commission is gonna be about her. What does she need? Maybe she's not ready right now. That's fine. But my heart was trying to help her. And I said, what do you want me to, what do you want me to do for you? And as I said, since she felt the sincere of my heart, she said, Lily, can you help me change my mindset? And I said, of course I do. And if it takes time, that's fine. And if at the end you don't join this education, that's fine as well. But I'm gonna do my best to help you change your mind and see the things the way I see it. And she was so grateful for my sincerity. And I felt great. Not only she's gonna take some time. She may end up not be part of her. That's fine. But at least I'm gonna help her change her mindset. And that is a fulfillment that I get in for myself. Again, so I'm changing I'm changing the pattern. I'm changing the pattern. And I know the universe is there's so much abundance in the universe. When you're doing something great for someone, there comes another way comes for you to receive money. Like they said, ask and you will receive, right? Oh no, well, there's another one. Uh, so when you give, do the universe gives back to you. And I've been receiving people receiving calls saying, "Hey, I'm looking for real estate education. I heard that you have that," and was like, "I didn't know these people." So I have more leads now to work on, but I believe in the law of abundance and the law that you give with sincere heart, and you will receive back. Okay, so I just want to mention that. Uh, exactly. Here says money is just energy. Good. I shift my focus from money to helping people. Great. Who are ready to take action. Fantastic, Richard. Is how you frame and define those experiences. Fantastic. Yes. Help one person. This is to help one person a month. Fantastic. I mean that change. We changed the pattern. We're gonna help people. We're gonna help people, and if they feel it, I guarantee you, your money is gonna come to you. Money is gonna come to you. Okay. Fantastic. Let me just close this real quick. Okay, oops, I almost exit the meeting. Oh my goodness. That happens. Anyway, okay. Oops. Sorry, guys. I lost you. Okay, here I am. Okay, so how we can create a new, a new me, a new you, because right now we have several excuses why not to succeed, and because around the world they have the same excuses. We see people losing their jobs, losing their businesses, and we may feel part of that. I'm not succeeding because it's pandemic. It's normal not to succeed. It's okay not to succeed because we're going through these circumstances. So if we digest that thought, we're not going to do anything. However, what if we see it, this is a challenging year? So in this challenging year, how can I grow? How can I be better? How can I learn more? you know if I see from that perspective, I will understand this was a difficult year, but it's not going to be forever. And then in the meantime, how I can get better, how I can be better within those challenges, how these challenges are making me grow, how I can create a new me, a new you. So uh, again, keep in mind that, so to remove the wire of poverty, as I said before, we have to start changing, working on our mindset, working on ourselves, working on our capacities. That's why, I mean, part of those rituals, like the affirmations, the visualization, the energy you want to put in your body, it's important to do it on a constant basis. If you can do it daily, fantastic. Just repetition. How can I say repetition is the mother of, see if I remember this. The repetition is the mother of master.
Mother of all learning.
Yes, exactly. And mother of all learning, mother of mastery. So if I want to master something, I'm gonna repeat it all the time. If I want to believe that I'm able to do something, I'm gonna repeat it to myself. I'm this. I'm making this. I'm doing this. I'm gonna repeat it until my unconscious mind believe it. Is that enough? Like, oh, I already repeated and it's gonna follow from the sky? No, I have to take action. I have to take action. But again, with that mentality, I won't really, the ups and downs of this business, it won't affect me. It will give me actually more, it will give me more to keep growing. What I do usually is I have my vision board right now. For instance, when I talk to people, I have my vision board. I talk to people and I look at my vision board. Talk to people, I look at my vision board. So this is kind of a anchor for me, because regardless of the outcome of the call, it doesn't matter. My goals are still there. I'm focusing on getting on my goals, and that strengthens me when I talk to people, regardless of the outcome. Okay, so something you can do as well. I'm sharing my experiences, so perhaps you can do it too. So, and again, as I mentioned before, well, let's drive by the sensation of helping others, and maybe that will help you when we change the way we approach people. Now, I some people also say I don't have the sex skills. Well, of course, we develop skills through the years through trainings, but the best skill that we have, or the best skill that we have, is changing and improving our mindset. In my opinion, that's the best skill that we can develop. and we should pay more attention what comes into your mind, right? We should pay attention what people I'm surrounding myself with. I should pay attention what type of news I'm watching at. I have to pay attention because I need to protect my mind. I will put good content, good stuff, and then protect it. People outside won't think the way I think, and I understand. I don't pretend to everyone, but I need to protect my mindset when people comes to with negativity, with talking about bad about others, or when they come saying, oh, with a lot of how can I wish I have all of the vocabulary, and I'm going to. I don't want to put any because I know words are come reality. So when people say all of the negativity out there or keep complaining, that was the word I was looking for. When people keep complaining, I can't. My mind, I have to put a barrier, because I don't want to hear people complaining or anything complaining. I want to just see only people that inspires me, that gives me good comments, that people that likes to dream, people that likes to create. So I surround myself with those type of people and hear those options, hear their projects. I may not happy right now, but just the idea. So find people that helps you, that inspires you, that makes you grow, and surround with them. Okay. And also, well, as you grow, you can also inspire other people. I don't know if you heard about this person. Maybe you did. It was the first time that I heard about this person, and I want to mention it. I want to mention this example of this person. She is Sarah Blakely. I don't know if you heard about her. She is the owner, or she created what is called spandex. And Tony Robbins mentioned about her and how she succeeded. She's the youngest billionaire, and she said there's no special. She didn't have special skills. Maybe she did, but what she had, and we can also copy, is she has desire to fulfill something. She had a dream. Okay. And most of all, she wanted to help people. So for her idea, I want to help people to look different when they put their pants, especially as women. You know, sometimes our confidence can go down. We don't look good in the mirror. And she said, well, I'm gonna create a product that was gonna help people, um, especially women, gain some confidence by the way they look in the mirror. And that's the idea that she had. And what I learned from this girl, actually, when I heard the interview, is that she created this product, because again, the first thing that she had in her mind is, I want to do something bigger. I want to do something bigger. What should I do? What should I do? She just keep thinking and thinking until she created this product. And then she called Neiman Marcus, and but they answered right away. No, she was calling for what? 5 days in a row. No, she never left a phone message, calling and calling until she got a call. She got the interview, and when she got the interview, she realized the person that the owners of Neiman Marcus, or the corporate, were kind of bored with her product. She saw the non-visual, the non-verbal gestures, and we have to also pay attention to that. Non-verbal people might not say, they may get bored when we talk and we talk and we don't ask questions to a prospect. So she said, can you just come to the bathroom to me? Like, what? Kind of a weird question, but grab the attention. And then she showed how it looked. Bottom line, what I wanted to say is, it's not like she said, well, I'm gonna put your product in seven stores. Most of the people would have said, yeah, I made it. They're going to put my product. But she said, no, I cannot put my future to a salesperson that's only paid $12 an hour. They may not sell it. They may just expect the customers to come. So she worked like 12 hours every day for 2 years, going to all of those stores to promote the product herself. Not only in the section that the product was assigned, but she went all over the store. Not only that, she was calling everyone to attract more people. She put out of her own money, market the product. She said, I'm already in a good spot, but I wanted to grow. I don't want to be again, I don't want to put my future on a salesperson. I want to just do it by myself, she said. So she's been growing, and for 2 years, she made this grow. And of course, at the end, she had an interview with Oprah. So what I'm trying to say is this: you may not see your efforts, or you don't see results right away, and you may say, this is not working. No, a lot of just see the pattern of successful people, how long they take to do stuff until make it happen, you know. So if right now you have only half a year or a year or 2 years and your marketing business is not exploding, don't give up, but analyze yourself. What have I done in this year or 2 years? What have I done? Maybe I haven't done enough or what I'm supposed to do to make this grow, you know. So think how many people you can bless, and again, that will fulfill your financial goals as well. Also, I understand maybe you guys haven't heard, maybe you did, I don't know. And Keely mentioned about a strategy that a guy in Colorado did about Airbnb. Did you know that the owner of Airbnb, or the one that created Airbnb, he didn't have money to pay his rent, right? He was struggling on paying his rent, and this was this great event in the city, he said, and there was all of the hotels were booked out and people was looking for it, and he heard that, how I said, well, what if I just rent my I put inflate the beds, air beds, and provide breakfast, Airbnb air beds and breakfast. What if I do that? So well, so he did that, and over that weekend or a week, he made $2,000, and voila, was this idea. Was that easy after that? Of course not. Took 5 years for Airbnb people to make this grow, because they had the idea, but also had the faults and want to do something that didn't work, you know. So then all of the successful people were not made from day to night, and most of them took a time and they never gave up on their idea. We already have a product, we already have something that can, we already have a system. It's just create our own system, you know, how I can bless people with this education, contact people, then put in a list if they are ready to buy right now. If they're not, put in another list to follow up on them. You know, if they're not at all interested, put in another list. They will be my customers perhaps. If they are like Dane Clark said, it has $4, and I've been using that as well. When I contact people and they're interested, I keep it in a box. If after a while they are not interested, I'm putting my follow-up box. It could be follow-up for customers, like they will buy for me like a house, or they will rent from me, or they will refer me, or maybe they have the money they want to invest. I put it in the investors' money, or capital, or knowledge money, or I put it in the one, two, three. Excuse me, two, one. There's one box that I forgot what it is, but I usually, that's what I do with the people, you know. And my assistant, she already knows. Say, I already talked to these people, move to this box. I mean, I'm gonna work with the people that are ready to buy right now, and she takes care of my follow-ups, because I won't be able to do all of this. You know, that's why we need to create systems and ask for help so they can start working for us. Other thing that you can also do is brand yourself, as I mentioned before. Brand yourself as an investor, and brand yourself. And we have the class for Rob Sperry, for instance, that you can use on your benefit. So we have a lot of things, and people can start following you. When people feel like you're selling it, they're like, don't sell me. But when they feel like you are trying to help them, when you brand yourself, they will start looking for you, right? They will start looking for you. So remember that, don't be afraid of fail. Don't be afraid of, if you keep calling and nothing happens. Perhaps we need to reward our mindset, rewire for the abundance mentality, and then think about helping others. And if you fail, that's fine. Maybe it's failed for that week or for that month, but again, start all over again. Start all over again. As I said, failure is not about the outcome, but it's about trying. It's not about the outcome, but it's about trying and trying and trying. That's what this Sarah did. And also, self-doubt and negative talks will stop you. When that happened to you, you know, no, I cannot accept this negativity or doubts of myself. I cannot. And try to think the best of you. You know, as I said again, what I did, I mentioned this the other day with you guys. I, for so many years, I thought like I'm not gonna be good enough speaking in English, and the thought took a body and paralyzed me. Like, nah. And it's the same accent, is the same fluency, and I'm working on that to be more fluent. But the fact is, I'm not afraid anymore. to talk in English. I'm not afraid to talk to other customers and other persons, other clients, prospects in English. They may get it, they may not, but it doesn't affect me anymore. So when I let the barrier out of my mind, it's open up new possibilities. And I want the same for you. You may have your own barriers. What is it exactly? Find your barriers and remove it. Work on. I mean, it may take time, but I work on removing them. Okay, and then I just want to say take massive action. Give us, as I said in closing this, as I ask, you should receive, ask specifically what you want for the universe to give you, and also give something for that. It's not like I'm going to ask and no, what I'm going to give in return, add value to your services. Take massive action and build awarenesses. That's one of the tips that I got for this Sarah, the creator of spandex. And then, as I said before, remember about the 80% and 20%. Remember, it's not all of the things that you're gonna do is how much you believe in yourself. 80% is psychology, 20% is the how to. So all of the things that I'm telling you to do, or well, suggesting you to do, it may not be any success if you don't change your mindset. So work on that. Work on that. Okay, skill is the mindset. The best skill that you can get is the mind, change your mindset. Okay, and well, basically that's what it is. That's what I have for you today. Hopefully, I don't know if you have any questions, any comments that we can nurture each other when we talk. Let me know if you do. I'm still here for another couple of minutes.
Really, really great training today. A lot of activity in the chat. I don't know if you're able to see, just a lot of I didn't see any specific questions, but just a lot of interaction, people loving what you're saying. And I, in fact, I had so many limiting beliefs and silly stories I was telling myself that I didn't realize were holding me back until I started hanging around people here. So I definitely resonated with everything you had to say, and I'm still working on so many things, but it's a journey. So I'll give anyone else an opportunity to come out and share a thought or a question.
Thanks, Gilly.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And you're right. That's what surrounding ourselves with other people with the same mentality help us grow. And I'm glad to be part of this group, and I hope all of the things that we say or talk help us each other. And I really feel so happy when I see people from the community changing their lives, see people like having more properties, getting more passive income. So suddenly, little by little, they're getting out of the rat race and they can enjoy their lives, they don't have any these chains of a 8-hour job. And if you love your job, that's fine. But what I'm saying is you remember that you work because you want to, not because you have to. That's a big difference. So yeah, and this, I think it's fantastic. I think be part of Renatos or join Renatos has been a blessing in my life. Not only because of the achievements that I got, because of also the people that I got to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is
So
right.
really just wanna, so go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Gilda.
Yeah, I just want to thank you. This is so important. And you mentioned about the Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins. I've attended that too, and it is so powerful. And it just, all the stuff that they talked about there, and I'm actually implementing it, like, with the big state and all that stuff, and 90-second rule that I've implemented, every single day, and it really helps. And yeah, let me know how, the Date with Destiny. I've heard it's really, really awesome. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go
yeah,
there. I mean,
yeah.
waiting for the next event, and I hopefully the next time is live, but still for now it's just virtual. But I'm
Hmm.
excited. And one thing also I want to mention that you just talked about Tony Robbins is like, for instance, we have a business, we have a product that has not stopped in growing, which is about real estate. Real estate will keep growing because interests are low, people want to invest. So there's a product that has not been affected. But Tony Robbins, his product is with audience, with people. So when he was talking about like, my business could go wrong, could go down because I couldn't really do any meetings at all. They canceled all of my meetings. So the majority of my income was going down. And I said, well, how can I keep blessing people? And his desire of thinking about blessing people, he created these virtual trainings. and people connect with them. I mean, right now, what I'm saying is if you change your focus, well, let me say this again. If we face challenges, we accept it as, oh, this is the end of my career, or we can reinvent ourselves. So what else I can do? Because my business is not based on how much money I'm going to make. My business is based on how many people I can bless with this product. And then you will find a way. You will find a way. So I just wanted to say that. Thanks much to all of you guys. And I'm grateful you introduced to Bernard. He's awesome. Oh, okay. Thanks. Fantastic.
Thank you, Lily. I really appreciate that. I hopped in 30 minutes in because I was in Toastmasters, and I feel like I popped in the right time. I'm excited to go back and listen to the first half an hour of you speak. It definitely resonated. And I think one thing that I've learned, and I've mentioned before, is that as we continue to grow as humans, as we continue to embody the best and highest qualities that we want to have, we see that being reflected in the people that we're attracting to us. And every time I continuously put work into myself, I see that in the people that I'm attracting, that I'm marketing to. And something that Michael shared with me about a year ago when I was struggling with some of my warm market leads was that he said, your mind is like a radio receiver. And even before you make that call, if you're stressed about money or if you're stressed about making the next sale, that person feels it before you even dial their number. So to always affirm to yourself exactly what you just said, like, who can I bless? How many people can I bless and improve their lives and impact them positively by the work that we're doing? Having that kind of mindset and showing up as, how can I serve? How can I make a good impact? Those people feel that as well, as opposed to the subconscious feeling of, oh, this person's trying to sell me on something.
That's so
So
true.
thank you for that reminder. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was going to mention too, if you guys didn't, weren't here yesterday, Michael had this exercise yesterday about gratitude, and I was late coming in because I was on the phone with my W-2 job, and I was like bawling. I mean, it was so powerful. So I would highly recommend to watch it. Yeah, so because it's just awesome, and if you start your day with that, I mean, that is gonna be great.
Wonderful. Well, thank you and have a wonderful weekend. I don't know, Keely, back to you.
All right, Lily, thank you so much for your training today. It was really, really powerful. Jenna, awesome thoughts to add. And Gilda, thank you. Thanks for everyone for participating. And today we have our ATM training. So let's switch over to that, and everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks, Lily.
Thank you,
Oh,
Keely.
we're not
And
having the
thank you,
dream
Lily.
call, right? We're not having the dream call.
It probably is happening, but not for me.
Right, I know. But yeah, there's probably,
I think it is still happening though. I'm not sure, but I think it is. So.
Okay, because like two weeks ago we didn't have it, and last week I couldn't make it last week, but yeah, I'll just tune in.
Click the link, see if it works, and if it doesn't,
Yep.
it'll probably be an ATM.
Exactly. That's what I did. So,
All right. Thanks,
all right. Thank you,
everyone.
Keely. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.